trying to covering this live event, 66th Inter-County Team Battle. One of the clubs I'm working for, which is named the Richmond Junior Chess Club, it has a few young talented students playing right at this moment. So I'm trying to covering this live event. I think it's like 1 hour 5 minutes left, and I'll try to copy paste the link of the said live event to make it accessible for their parents. And okay, let me see. First thing first, I hope I'm live myself here, trying to send the link with the event. By the way, this is one of our boys at the club, YH Lee, playing with the Blacks, our strongest boy currently playing this game. He's enjoying actually 2 minutes 40 seconds in contrast with 1 minute. So let's see how he's doing. Okay, isolated. Gotta be careful though about this knight moving and the bishop hitting the queen. So he has to be careful about this. It's definitely something. I don't know what the knight is supposed to go at this second, but he needs to pay attention to this. Hopefully the extra 2 minutes would be enough for him to take the right decision. Bishop hits the rook, so he got to move that rook. I mean his opponent. Okay, how on earth do I send the link to the parents? Let me go to my YouTubes, or maybe should I go to the da-da-dum, da-da-dum. Thanks very much for the follow, like, subscribe. Yeah, we should be on 5-6 destinations currently. G3 hits the bishop. He gotta move the bishop away. I wonder if bishop f6 would be an idea. I just wonder. In case that if the knight goes on c3, theoretically he might be hitting here, but what's he gonna do after say this? Just normal question. I guess he's prepared after knight a4. I think our boy is prepared to do what? Something like this and then go for some discovered and things. I mean, what else can you play here? Is there anything else available? Okay. Now there's something funny. I wonder, could you take? Knight takes and queen takes back. Queen takes on f6. What's wrong with this? Oh, he goes for the trade. That might be even better because now if the rook takes, I guess you just simply collect the extra piece and you go on winning. This boy of ours is just great. It's absolutely great. Excellent. Well played, Yukai. Well played, mate. So Richmond Junior Chess Club, this is the games I want to cover in particular this evening. Okay. So our kids now are on the 3rd place in the 66 Inter-County Team Battle. Or shall we have a look at Thomas Locke? I'm not sure. Yeah, that is live. Okay, so I think they just started. He's only rated 1623 versus his opponent who's 2000. So he's going to have a tough game, Thomas here. I'm still struggling with finding the Restream link to put it for their parents and for my possible students that want to watch the live coverage. I still didn't sort this out. I'm still struggling to finding the link. That's a bit frustrating, isn't it? Let's see the live type of visibility. No, that's not it. Let me go to the other page, maybe. Yeah, I'm trying to do 2 things at once. And normally when you do 2 things at once, then none of them gets done decently. You see? So I'm trying. Okay. Aha. Finally. Dear, but it took me a while. Share. Let me put it on the WhatsApp group for my colleagues. And if they want to further do it, that's fine. I'm covering this. Feel free to share or not. I didn't put it on the parents page. I didn't. Okay. So yeah, fine. Back to the business. So Thomas here, black pieces. Hey, I don't like the queen there, but the bishop is actually quite cool. There is something here. Could it be? I don't like the knight either, so I think that looks interesting. Anyway, white's turn to play, by the way. White's turn to play. If white goes to something like this, I guess f2 is capturable. They could take it straight away. And if queen takes, rook takes. And then there's some pressure on the g2. So definitely I think we should be discarding rook f2, e1. But he's actually attacking the bishop. And now my question would be, what about queen to h5? That would be a check, right? No, that's a check. And then when the king plays here, you don't really having this. Because it's not a check. The bishop is under attack. 3 minutes. It's a little bit stressful for this young lads, right? Hey Rashid, yeah, I'm not covering at the minute now the what's that, the Norway chess. I'm covering a more local chess competition for my students at the club. It's the 66 inter-county team battle. That's what I'm covering, not the other chess event. Sorry if it's a disappointment. Feel free to stay or not. It's okay. You don't have to. Of course, no one is forced to do what they don't want to do. So yeah. How can you solve that bishop being hit by the pawn currently here? Let's think about this crazy stuff. Bang. Okay. He still maintains the pressure there. That might be something. What do you do about this? What do you do about the other rook attacking, though? There is a check, but that's already the queen here. You're going to lose. Where do you go? Do you go this way? It doesn't feel okay. Just something doesn't feel all right here. Then they might be hitting you back. Can he do for this? Not really. Because if he plays it now, I don't think bishop e4 was a good move, fellas. I don't think so. I don't think so. It doesn't look okay at this stage now. You can't really take on f2. Queen takes, rook takes, rook takes. He's actually losing. So where do you go to provide defense for the bishop? You could go maybe g4, but then you've got yourself a fork. I don't know what to say. It just doesn't look okay. I think he probably did not choose the right move to play. Nah, I don't think that bishop e4 was a good move. I don't think so. I wonder. Maybe he should have played the check. And then just, I don't know, bishop f7, trades, and that's that. But now it doesn't look okay. So how is he going to deal with this? Queen is unpraised. Can he just go for the b2 to just take the pawn, attack the knight as a sort of compensation? No. He went for this check first. Okay, king takes. King has to take, and then queen checks, right? Then they go here. So what exactly is the follow-up, though? Because it ain't no checkmate, though. King's gonna move now. Probably g1. So what's that? I think maybe he should have at least taken on b2. I suspect. When was that thing? 623. Yeah, it doesn't look good now for black because they just simply lost a piece. And I can't see a strong enough attack here to compensate with anything. That's a check and it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. White still can't go for the E because it's already double defended, but probably you can find something. Yeah, the knight is a little bit uncomfortable where they are currently, but I guess they could just bring it back into the game. But the question if that's the most important stuff to do being white here. So the guy took on c6 and goes for the rook. Yeah, that's a threat. I guess black can just exactly double up the rooks on the f-file. 36 seconds. If Thomas, playing for Richmond Junior Chess Club, struggled with something, here's the time. He got a little bit of pressure on the F. I don't know if he could engineer. I guess I understand what he want to do. But of course, white just reacts. And time is not that great. Now the queen goes for the rook on d2. Queen attacks d2. Rook goes away, preparing a battery here, pinning the rook and stuff. Any trades go very well for white because white is enjoying simply extra material. So very good for white with the trades and not so good for black. And also time is not that good either. Time is not great. It's not. It ain't. Queen c6. Painful a bit. Where do you go with the rook? I guess he wants to do all sorts of things. And I think it's kind of game over now for Thomas, unfortunately. And also, okay. Rook's isolated. There's nothing good here. Rook goes on the... Okay. There's nothing good at this stage. I think white should have played knight d4, though. Only a miracle can do something to working for black. So you guys see the time and the... Yeah, you do. Hello, Sam. How's it going? Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, black is a little bit done. A little bit finished here. They could do all sorts of things. Yeah, this one would be a double threat everywhere. Checkmate and checkmate. I don't know what you're playing. Okay, that's another check. Now pressure on the pin piece. It's falling apart. You should play knight e6. Okay. Checkmate is coming. After king moves, checkmate is coming. Okay, that was a very positive for very optimistic for Thomas, but that's absolutely fine for a 1600 player. So let me go peruse through the other games of our boys and girls playing for Richmond Junior Chess Club. Okay. Who's this guy? Oh my god, 1W3. Okay, just try to cover as many kids' games as I can. That's a live game happening right now. Oh, that had just concluded. Maybe the other guy disappeared or didn't play or something. Okay. Back to another player. One of our students at the club. Okay, Yukai, I think he's the only one that provides and plays very good games. So, and now he's gonna have a tough one because he's playing a 2200 player. So they're gonna be a bit challenging for Yukai. It's gonna be challenging a bit. Should I put it on the parents as well? I can put it on the parents, and if they want, fine. If they don't want to, that's fine too. I don't think someone will take offense at this, right? Richmond Junior covering. Richmond Junior online help. Online help. Oh, we need a copy-paste thing. Wait a minute. Again, I'm doing two things at once, and then I'm coming back to the games. Just bear with me a sec. Okay. Share the link. Copy the link. No, not on this one. Go to WhatsApp and copy paste. And that's that. 66 enter counter team battle leechus.org. Trying to cover some of the remaining games. Okay. Right. Yuka is white here. 235. Okay, he's got a pawn majority on the queen side, if that means anything. Question is, should you play a little bit of a... It's a bit of... Nah, that doesn't look good because of this. That's a disaster. So I guess you got to move queen somewhere. He has to move the queen away from the potential fork. The fork is still going to happen, though. It might happen. A nice e3 attacking the a2 and a little bit threatening the e2, which is currently defended by the queen, but you have to be careful of that. So this one definitely a threat here. Queen to f6, what does that mean? Do we have to take or do we do something else? Yeah, you gotta be very careful of this stuff. If you do the check what's going on, king's gonna go h7, that doesn't mean anything. He tries to put the rook on a better square. Look at the pin that is right here. So that's important to put in mind. Yukai plays very well. And this one is a tough game nonetheless. It's a tough game anyway. Right, rook being hit. Rook has to go. Goes for the a2 pawn. Look at this. Defends rook d2 now. Pawn is alive for now. It might be some extra pressure with a knight c3. Might be. Then you might have something like this, but then again, okay, rook takes, knight takes the pawn. Is this workable? Think so. Anyway, black didn't decide to go for this. I mean, for knight c3 I meant. And they didn't go for this. What's this knight doing here? He goes for this guy? Okay. Now, knight c3, and I guess you're going to take on b4, right? You have to. That's a subtle little thing he played here. I don't think that's a bad idea. Don't think that's a bad idea. Try centralizing the king. 2 minutes left for each player. Probably black wants to getting the king closer, but what does it mean closer? Because if they go over to the d file, once the white knight plays something, then the knight's in a pin. So, okay. g3, I think he meant it because he doesn't want to allow knight to f4. So he's going to play king e2 sooner or later, but he doesn't want to allow this to happen. Okay, king e2. Oh, he pushes. Okay. Okay. He's still going to play king e2, right? Or that doesn't look okay because of this. Okay, then king f2. Probably have to play king f2. I guess. If not king f2, then what else? There you go. That's exactly what he decided to play. King to f2. Black knight, notice, can't really move around because of the knight taking on b4. So that's not very comfortable for black. Not easy to decide. So they got to be careful about that black knight. I think the position is very playable. There is a pawn majority for white. Yukai, I see he's pushing the pawns on the king side now. Does he want to create some space for the king to move, maybe, perhaps, amongst others? He should, I guess. Let's see. He's doing also a little bit tiny better with the time-wise. He's got 1 minute 30. In comparison, his opponent, 122. King f3, that's what I would think for myself as well if I had this position. Okay. What's he playing? What's this? The last stuff he did. Ah, I see. He wants to win a pawn and then take the knight. So theoretically, let me just go backwards a bit. Yukai played this because he planned on to doing this stuff, knight b, and if rook, then rook takes, and I think you have big chances to winning. But his opponent, again, a 2200 rated player, at least on Lichess, understood the idea, so he moved away. Now, would you play... That felt interesting, but I'm not sure it was super accurate. Wouldn't the white rook be a bit better on the a file, and then try to... Maybe you should be just going back, attack from behind, anything. Yeah, okay, we're getting there. Also, there is the e5 accessible square. Maybe that means something. Maybe go from behind and knight e5 and stuff. I'm not sure you need to react to this. What's this rook c2 doing? It's like he wants to play a waiting move. He wants to defend a2, which currently no one attacks it. I don't know what to say. I thought that maybe you're kind of like supposed to go this way. Double attack here, but you're already... Okay. Yeah, that one is a good one. I think I like it. Knight e5 is a good one. He might be winning. I think our boy from Richmond Jr., I think he might be just winning this. He's attacking g6. He's doing very well. He's doing very well. He takes g6. That was a free pawn, by the way. That's looking absolutely good. Black takes, pawn takes. You're doing fine. You're really doing fine here. White's doing fine. And he's going to beat this 2200 guy. And he's doing very well on time-wise as well. Way better than Kumar. Way better. Okay, the black knight doesn't allow stuff like this, but you don't want to play this one anyway, because the black rook hits a2 all the time. So you can't move the rook vertically, so to speak. You got to keep it there on the second rank for now. White knight coming back. Probably he want to do a little bit of checks and noise. That's a check. Not a bad thing. It can't be a bad thing. And it's a bit time consuming because he makes his opponent thinking a bit more about it. So yeah, that's a thing. That's a check. He gonna win on, he gonna flag the other guy, if not just winning on a position altogether. I think he could take, exactly. And after the guy takes here, just try to play. Exactly. That's exactly what I would have played. Maybe just rook d. I don't know. I mean, that's no... You can't defend a2, right? You can't defend a2. Oh, my lord. He goes for... Yoy, this guy is really, really super cool as a cucumber. He's cool as a cucumber. I guess you could just play stuff like this. And also he knows that time-wise he might be challenging for his opponent. I'm not sure that was maybe the most accurate ever, but definitely led to complications. Now the rook attacks. Do you really want to lose that pawn? Probably not. He tries to take advantage of the pawn majority, I guess. Attacks the rook has to go. That prevents any pawn, but the king is going to attack. Look, Yukai plays really good. He's doing really good. I gotta congratulate him when I'm seeing him next time. Knight being hit. What do you play? It might be a check here. King moves. This pass pawn though. And there is a knight. I mean, it's not like that's all. I think he should be pushing. If there is anything, he should be pushing the pawns. There is also a pass pawn there. He tries to stop any h4 from happening. But it's sharp. It is sharp, okay? Not easy. Not easy. Again, I'm not fully convinced that sacking and exchange was the most beneficial for white. He sacked the rook for a knight. I'm not sure was maybe the best. Maybe he should have just dropped the pawn and... It's a bit challenging now for him. I don't know how you play after rook f2. I mean, how do you play? Okay, that's a check, but... He could still play some king here and then push the pawn. There's still hope. No, okay, he wants to shield with the knight. He's actually gonna... Blocking the check. with the knight, preparing to pushing a6. And again, his opponent goes below 7-6 seconds. He might be something. He might be flagging his opponent. Oh, Lord. He gonna promote. He gonna promote before black. He's going to promote before black. Well, everyone is gonna get a... But checkmate. Checkmate in a move. What? Oh, it was check from the queen. My Lord. So then that's a draw. Then that's a draw. Oh, the other guy has to check all the time. He has to play carefully. What a difficult... Tactically, what a difficult middle game and stuff. This is very difficult. I don't know how... You don't have no other checks. Very difficult. Probably a draw at this stage. I'm not sure it was a draw previously. But now I think it looks like a draw. Black's going to check the white king all the time. And white's going to struggle to maintain the draw. And now you have to go for checks if you can. But where's the check? Now you have to play checks again and again and again. Yeah, going to be quite a complicated ending. And difficult, a bit stressful for Yukai now. I think he had some very good position. Until he decided to sack an exchange. And now you have to sit down and calculate if you're winning the opposition. And I think he should have taken because he won the opposition. Takes, and then king. He wins the opposition. He would have won the opposition, I guess. Let me just go back a bit. Here, fellas. Here. Queen takes, king takes, and you play this, right? And that's that. Then it's a draw. I don't think he should be fork. So he should have taken the black queen, king takes, then win opposition and draw. Right? Okay, he goes for Desperado, just checking everywhere. I know he wants to check. I mean, you have to. And probably it's a draw. Yeah, he should have went for the draw. He hopes for a skewer or something. Oh my Lord, I think the other guy is fuming. Jesus. So black actually should have played king to g3. This is big headache. This is an absolutely sickening one. And I think his opponent Kumar is absolutely fuming. Jesus Christ. So Yukai managed to actually checkmate. Whoa. That's phenomenal. I mean, very good for the young lad, but yeah, I would have just traded queens and go for a draw, but hey, okay, it's good to being persistent and pushing for victory. Why not? Let me close the other tab. Closing the other tab. We're just staying with this one. Let me see, check again if you guys see it. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Okay. Who else is playing here? Is this guy playing for us? Oh, Ichan. Let me see what Ichan doing. Whoa. If you want to see someone in particular, I mean, if there's any friends or parents of the kids playing, let me know, guys, if you want to see your own student or kid playing. So this is a live game. Let's see what Ichan does. Ichan playing with whites. Okay. Now, what's this funky thing? He got his one open. Okay. That was a London system or something. Okay, let's see. Let's see how they play it then. Let's see how he plays it. He develops. Black's turn to do. Thanks. Okay, let's see. Right. Castles. And takes. Okay, let's start trading all things. You could stick a rook too. Or perhaps you could play, yeah, maybe rook here, bishop here. Just try the good old checkmate battery. Get the rook on the E, I guess. Yes, they can't be wrong. It can't be wrong, rook FE. It cannot be wrong. That's not a necessary move. I think that was a little bit of a lazy move. A7, a6 doesn't really do anything. Maybe he was concerned about what? Bishop b5? But still didn't feel like such big of a threat. That one, again, I don't think it's a bad move. You want to get the bishop to b1. And you never know. Get the bishop to b1. Get the queen over to d3. Try to maintain that battery together. You never know. You never know when the knight on f6 moves. You never know. Okay, I guess knight c5 can't be a bad one. Hey, he finds some very good attacking aggressive moves. I'm still on the opinion just make a battery. Just make a simple battery. So that the black knight can't really move. Yeah, knight c5 you can play it anytime. That's a very good outpost. So Chen is doing very well. Knight c5, I guess. Unless he... Nah, knight c5 is very good. They're always good. That's an outpost. There is no pawn to frustrate the knight. So it can't be a bad move. Cannot be a bad move. Then again, simple stuff. I reckon bishop b1. Yeah, you could still play some bishop b1 and then go queen c2 or queen d3. Which one is it? After knight c4, they will be attacking b2, so you have to be careful about that one. But I guess after bishop to b1. Okay. Yeah, white's looking absolutely fine. This bishop is precious. The bishop on d3 is very, very precious for... My lord, he gotta take now with this guy. He has to take with the knight on e, so that he maintain his bishop on this diagonal. Well, I guess you can drop it on b1 now, but maybe. So actually it's two ideas. You either play bishop b1, or you actually take with knight on e5, you take on c4. Which one is it? Feel free to type in, guys, and tell me your preference here. Did I put that link for the parents? Try and come. Okay, I think I did. Right. Oh, what? No, why did he give the bishop? The bishop was absolutely king. Oh no, that bishop was the mother of all the bishops and the father and the grandfather of all the bishops. Oh no, hello, Emperor, says there. How's it going? Look at this one. When you're having such a beautiful active bishop, namely the bishop on d3, now this young kid just traded the bishop for the knight. I mean, if you really want to do something funny, just take it to the knight on e5. Yeah, okay, opens up this bishop, right? Then just bishop b1, I guess. Oh, that was too good of a bishop. That was too good of a bishop. You know, it was so cool to having this bishop here. And together with the queen, you actually never know. Sorry. Now there's no more bishop. What's he going to do? Okay. What exactly you're supposed to do? Where? Something like f3, then getting king to f, then getting rook over to h. Try to figure out engineering some crazy sacking after you get the rook on the h. That's the only thing I can think of. As long as the bishop on b7 is kind of blocked by his own pawns. Look at that bishop, guys. This is what we call in chess a bad bishop. The bishop on b7 is a very, very bad bishop, which is luckily for Chen. So the b7 is a horrible. I hope he doesn't take the bishop. I hope he don't take the bishop with the knight or anything. If he takes it, it's bad, because the knight on c5 is incredibly active, and it should stay there. The knight on e5 currently should stay exactly where they are. Probably Chen should consider something like f3. Just a simple idea that takes away g4 and e4 from the black knight. So you're limiting your opponent's pieces. You're limiting their activity. And if nothing funky takes place, then getting king to f2, that's the only thing I can think of. Then getting rook on the h, play a rook lift, get the other rook, and break through h6 and stuff. And perhaps queen d2 before you're doing all that stuff. I know it's a very wild claim, perhaps, because it's a bit it's take a little bit of time. It takes some tempers to actually get to enact this, but I think it's worth considering. Other than that, what's white supposed to play here anyway? You tell me what's white doing here. How do you play this? Queen c2. F. He pushed the f over to f4. I don't like this. I think he should have played just f3. So when I'm seeing Ichen on Saturday, I'm gonna remind him about the... Hey man, just quiet there. I'm gonna remind him about the f3. Yeah, now the Black Knight has a little bit of chance for activity. He shouldn't have pushed f4, just f3. Now what can I say? Difficult. It's a difficult one. Where's the white king gonna go, by the way? I'm just curious. Where do you get the white king? How exactly are you supposed to be attacking? Is he intending to do stuff like f5? To just, in case black takes, to threatening some discovered hits on the queen and stuff? Maybe. Maybe. You never know. You never know. Maybe that's what he want to do. Hello, Gaston. I think I might remember you some time ago. I think I might remember you. You're the young lad that actually buys old coins and something and resells them. You practically, I think now you're an expert in you're a numismatic super expert, right? Ichen, what are you doing, man? Rook b2, queen a4. Okay. 36 seconds. He gotta press the pedal a bit. Rook b1. Okay. Not a blunder. Okay. He doubles up the rooks. What does he want to do? Okay, he moves something. King to h7. Oh, ho, 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 ho. What about the f7 weakness? Just spotted that thing. When the king was traveling away. You published the book. Dude, send me a link, man. You published the book about the old coins and things. What was the title of your book? What was the title? Just remind me. Sorry, it's been a while and all sorts of things kept my mind busy. And my memory not always the most infallible. Okay. Do you play queen b2? No, he took on e6. He attacks this rook. He took a pawn. Now rook takes, queen takes. Okay. I think you can go in this fashion. He grabbed the pawn. That can't be bad. Rook takes b3, queen takes b3. Okay. If rook attacks you, I guess you gotta go back c5. You sort of like have to. He has to. But he managed to create a passed pawn. And there is more good news for Ichen here. He's actually able to move that rook. Well, you gotta be a bit careful about the g3 now, which is being attacked, by the way, but he removed it elegantly and nicely. That is cool. Now you could do a couple of things. Is this one a good one, I wonder? What? That's a bit defensive and he loses the pawn. I don't know what to say. Well, he takes on e4 with the rook, man. Okay. Well, c3 now being taken, queen being attacked. He moved the queen away from the rook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Very, very intense games. Rook G3. I'm pretty sure he had better choices at some point. King attacks the black rook. Black rook has to move. He goes back. Okay. Should you push one of those pawns, perhaps? I mean, in terms that, okay, he wants to trade off. I don't know what to say. Queen goes. You gotta be careful. Which is, of course, we always have to be careful, but just saying. The pawn is pinned. And now he's gonna drop another pawn. Queen takes f4 check and he loses. I think you're gonna lose this one, unfortunately. Friedrich III, the king that was obsessed with the portrait. But this guy Friedrich III, what was he in Germany, Prussia? What was this guy king? Remind me again. Sorry, I'm a little bit disconnected with the medieval history. Or what century is the Friedrich III? And king of what again? If you can remind me and send me a link. Okay, white is done here. There is no chance for white to survive. There's nothing. There's so much nothing. I'm so sorry. The black king has to join the forces with because otherwise he gets stalemated. So this is a classical stuff with the stalemate. If black now pushes, being super greedy to grabbing space, he needs the king. He needs the king, and that's about it. Okay. No way the guy gives the pawn. Okay, black is supposed to just move the king. Yeah, he's supposed to play the king. That's about it. Yeah, and also black has to be careful not to stalemate, but I guess that's that. King takes, king plays h2, queen is coming. So unfortunately, Yichen lost this game. But I think it was an experience for him, yes. Yes, and the other guy just simply... yeah. So he lost it. He should resign here. White should resign here. It's a bit too painful. Well, he still hopes the other guy gonna stalemate him, but it's not gonna happen. I feel it's not gonna happen. Yeah. Sorry for Yichen. Good game though, Yichen. We're gonna look into your game perhaps on Saturday. When we're meeting up at the club. Okay. Let me see. Some other students of ours. Hey, Richmond Junior Chess Club doing quite well. 112. 23 minutes. They may still coming first. They may still come first. You know. Top games. I gotta look at this one. Wait a minute. Let me see what Yukai is playing. Yukai needs to keep winning. He's doing incredibly well. And what type of game he's gotten? He's playing 2200 players, guys. Hey, thanks very much for the follow. Thank you, Stefan, my Facebook friend. One of my oldest friends. I mean, oldest like a couple of months, something like that. Sometimes I have a feeling it's been for a lifetime. Thanks for the follow, subscribe, and following, and this and that. Greatly appreciate. Encourages me to keep going on. So, Yukai is being with the white pieces. Oh my lord, is he going to pull another victory? He is a little killer this evening here, Yukai. He's actually... Oh my god, he's actually threatening a rook takes h5 and the black queen is gone. But I guess we will... Oh my god. The bishop is sort of pinned. So just move the queen? Okay. That's a check. That is a check. Okay. I also liked the queen f3, but that don't feel like a blunder. Just go with trading off stuff, I guess. Okay, he goes for the trade. Not just the queen, but also the h5. Yes, I think he's a little bit in massive issues here. It is, indeed. Check. And Yukai is just executing these guys, man. My lord, he's executing them. So our student playing for Richmond Junior Chess Club, he is just killing them. All right, from a chess point of view, of course. Of course. My God, how easy playing. Phew. He's wild. Okay. I don't know who's this kid. So that was Ichan, Hermione. I don't know who's. Okay, let's look at Hermione. Is she playing? Okay. Um, Hermione Black here. Knight was on Prise from the Black Queen. No, that's a blunder. Oh no, Queen is gone. Okay, so you actually rooting for the other guys. For you rooting for. Oh my God, that was a little bit painful. That was a little bit painful. Hermione actually blundered the queen. Oh no. Oh no. So who you rooting for? Tell me again. Yorkshire? The Yorkshire Junior Chess? Okay. Hey, this is absolutely normal to rooting for your friends or the people that go to the club you're attending. There's nothing more natural or normal than this. It makes perfect sense to me. Perfect sense. Okay. So you don't go to Yorkshire, but you're rooting for those guys. You've got friends over there or something. Oh, you're a Leicester junior. Okay. You're a Leicester junior. Oh my God, Yukai is just. Oh my God, this is checkmate just like that. Yeah, this is just checkmate. Yeah, okay, he played a 1300 player, so probably wasn't too much of a challenge. It wasn't too much of a challenge. But yeah. Do you want to see some of your best friends game? Just let me know. I think I'm happy to left click on that one. If you tell me you got a friend of yourselves, shall we watch their game together? Let me know, please. Tranquil Dart. Let me know. Type in, tell me your friend's name, and I'm gonna cover their game. Oh, he's playing again that Yokai. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm covering. I'm covering your friend game right now as we speak. Right at this moment. So let's watch this one and enjoy it together. Okay. He was attacking bishop. Bishop moved away. It's good to having this bishop here. I don't think that's a bad move. I'm not sure about this one. Doesn't feel okay. Just too much weakness being created there. So probably b6 should be discarded. What else is here? Just get the rook on the d, I guess. I guess it's good to get the rook on the d regardless. Okay, he moved the queen. Uh-huh. Still rook here. For all the good reasons in the world. Okay, queen, knight's gonna jump on c4, but then I guess it's just moving. So it could be rook after d, then queen is dropping e7, and you just play. Of course, knight c4, unless you want to respond with knight b6. Just asking for a friend of yours and mine. a5 would have worked, you say, Tranquil Dart. Like, yeah, I think a5 definitely a better choice than queen d6. I agree with you. I agree with you. Thanks for the suggestion. That sounds very good to me. But now in the current, yeah, knight b6 definitely. Knight b6 is destined to stopping this. So yeah, that's exactly the intention with knight b6. So there's no more knight c4 coming. So if knight plays, he's gonna take it straight away. He's gonna take straight away. Okay, probably rook fd, move the king a bit on the h, and just play, see what happens. What do you think? Oh, it's Black's turn. Oh, yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to say. Exactly. Ay, ay, ay. Queen has to go because now the rook. That's a very nice tactic he found, Purple Size. I remember Purple Rain. You know the song, right? Prince and the New Power Generation or something like this. It was something in the 1986. Probably you weren't even born. But it doesn't matter. The song is still amazing. Purple Rain. If you don't know it, tell your friend, maybe have a quick listen. Artyok, what's this? Ah, he took a pawn with tempo. Now the bishop targets the rook on b7. So had to move. And now the rook goes back. He's getting a little bit executed here. Let me look at a 3-2-5, 4-3-7. He proposes a trade because this bishop is very strong now. I mean, the bishop defending the rook has become very strong. So I guess Yukai wants to just trade, which is understandable. So Purple Sized is your good friend from Yorkshire. Okay. Rook takes b6. Let me see whose turn is it. So he took bishop takes, knight takes. So the situation changed a little bit. I guess your friend wants to play some knight c, which is a great outpost, by the way. But he blocks a little bit the rook in. I don't know what to say. Queen c2. More power on the c file. Yeah, there is something they gotta be careful, but I guess a5, it's a move that actually you did say, Tranquil Dart, ages ago about the a5. I don't think it's a bad idea. And I think it's very beneficial for white to trade off pieces now. Queen takes, rook takes, attacking the knight and d5. I think Yukai is gonna sort of like drop this one now. I don't think he can. I don't think he can win this one. I don't think he can now. Knight is on praise. A5 is under attack. C7 is under attack. E5 is under attack. What not? Everything is being hit by the rook. There's no good moves, I'm afraid. I wonder. He wanted to preserve the pawn structure, so he took rook A. There is no good move for black here. So at this stage now, I think I could say that black is kind of losing at it now. Black's losing. There is no good move. It's a desperate attempt to try to protect c7 a bit more, but then again, I don't know what you're playing after this kind of stuff. Okay, it tries to, but who cares? Because white's gonna take. Oh, that's weird, man. This is weird. I guess that probably was supposed to take in this fashion, but maybe he was fearing this and that. Let's see. Weird choice from Purple Size. Weird choice. I guess black should go rook b1. No? No rook b1? Is there something wrong with this? Okay, I don't know what to say just yet. I don't know, because now white is just collecting the remaining pawns. Now goes after c7, defends. Tough one, though. Tough one. You can't stop those guys in the middle. So I think Yukai is going to lose this one. He can't stop those pawns. It's impossible. You can't stopping those guys. Sorry. Yeah. Gonna collapse. We're gonna go back eventually. See that point? I'm just trying to keep up with their life moves. Now white is winning this. Yukai should resign and just play another game. He can't. I'm sorry, he's gone here. He's lost here. He should resign, I guess. Okay. He's still playing. Okay, there's still room for blunder and stuff. But oh Lord. Yeah, but okay. He pushes the pawn, right? King g7 now. King G7. This guy is very, very, yeah, he gonna get a queen now. It don't matter. King takes, and then pawn to c8, queening, and then rook takes. Rook takes a game over. So, Tranquil Dart, you said about a moment when rook takes b6 before. I think here I wonder, maybe rook b1. You've got to tell me what the moment is. You're talking about when? Now? I'm not sure about rook b6. Maybe rook b1 though. Maybe rook b1. And the bishop fork, we gotta go back many moves ago. When? Here? What moment? Bishop take, that's a check. This is a check. So this is probably the most natural thing to take with a knight. What's wrong with taking? You have to take the bishop. How can you not take the bishop? Like now? You wanna take now rook b6? Oh, I understand what you're meaning. Oh, I understand what you're saying. Rook takes b6 to... Okay. Wait a minute. Rook takes b6 now. Are you sure? Rook takes b6. Why? Why rook takes b6? Now, you want to play now rook b6? What exactly moment you talking about? So rook b6, rook c6. You want to take now on b6? Sorry, I don't get your idea. I don't know what you're talking about. Yet. Unless you explain a bit more. Okay. You gotta tell me the move. That makes sense. The moment of the fuck is to have taken with the bishop, take the knight with the rook first. What? Where? Well, he took with the rook. Sorry. I don't know what you're meaning. Yeah, forget about it. Just tell me the move at some point and yeah, well, okay. Let me see some other live games actually, because I think we stayed quite a while. It's just 8 minutes left. Let me see some of the live games and eventually we're gonna double check. Okay. Not the first board, but still. Okay, knight on f3 hanging. I mean, pinned and attacked and all. Well, take again on g2. There's something there. Probably black should be winning this now. We have all sorts of stuff. What's wrong with this? And probably now. It should be played. Pinned everywhere. You could take a check. Rook or queen takes, queen takes, queen takes, rook takes. That's that. Okay. Okay. Well, get some rooks on the E. I'm not sure how you're putting pressure on this guy. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Yeah, I always go to get a rook on open file or semi-open file, so rook e8 is a good one. Pressure a little bit on this guy. Gotta be careful of this. Knight h7. Oh, that doesn't do nothing. What is that a5 even doing? No, that wasn't a good one. No, that's not good. Oh, no, that's not very good. Oh, Lord, no. Checks. Oh, no. That doesn't look good. Probably the other guy can just get a rook on the G. Yeah, that doesn't look good for black. They messed it up somehow. Oof. Okay. King goes and now attacks the rook and dash check. It's game over now for... Sorry, I think black had way better moves. Way better moves. He was actually supposed to be winning. Black was supposed to win this. He messed it up. That thing shouldn't have happened with bishop takes f6, g takes f6. That shouldn't have happened. Let me just go back a bit. So everything stemmed from this moment. a5 is a disaster of a move. What's that? What's a5 even doing? What's a5 doing? Nothing. Probably even that move, I didn't even thought about that one deeply. Maybe some knight h7, maybe some knight to e4 perhaps. Probably any of these would have been playable. Any of these, I guess. Any of these. Maybe knight h7, that's good too. I like knight h7. It's not very exciting, but maybe you can just do some rook lifts yourself. Some rook e6, rook g6. It can't be a bad idea. Okay. Ta-da-dum, ta-da-dum. Thank you very much for follow, subscribe, this and that. Just 4 minutes left, guys. 4 minutes left. It looks like Sussex Jr. is winning. 158. Looks like RJCC came second. Hello, Ren. Hello, Ren. What's this? Squirrel? Squirrel is playing? And Yukaile is playing again. So, of course, let's watching this one for the last remaining minutes here. White to play. White to play. What to play here? 3 minutes 59. Queen attacked. Queen attacked. Oh, might just move the white queen somewhere. Just move the white queen. Is queen e3 good? I think it's... Well, this guy's sort of hanging, right? You go here, then they're gonna... Wow. Okay. Well, okay. You take now. Or you play queen f1. You gotta be very, very, very weird about this one. Rook takes, rook takes. Okay, you just winning now. White is winning. You either take this guy or pushing forward. One of these two. Okay, this one is the mother of the past pawns. You're gonna play this now and push the pawn. That's that. There's no other plan. Maybe play this a little bit. Yeah, exactly. That's it. Push the pawn now. He should push the pawn. In the minute black does again, then you can approach them like this, I guess. Oh, anyway. Hello, silencer. Okay, he should push the pawn, exactly. There's no point to delaying that pawn's advancement. He has to. Why not? Just push again. a6 to a7 goes forward, 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 forward. That's that. He can't be stopped. That's the reason Squirrel resigned. Because of that pass pawn. There was a bit of a ruffle stuff here with the queen. Very strangely, black just put that queen exactly on that horrible square b2. My lord, that was a tough one. That was a tough one for black, indeed. Okay. Battle of 20 teams. 2 minutes remaining, guys, boys and girls, ladies and gents. 2 minutes remaining. Looks like Sussex gets the first place, and it looks like Richmond comes second, and then KGCA, then Hampshire, and this and that. Sussex played super strong, came first. Very likely. Very likely. Is this a live game? No, it had concluded. Is there any other live games? This one is a live game. Okay. Let's have a look at this. All right. Yeah, let's finalize this one, and then we'll have a look at that idea of yourself. White to play here. Okay, h3 attacks this guy. This guy has to move now. Unless they got some other stuff, but I don't think so. That's a tough one for Abara. That's a tough one. Because Aaron is a 2100, so it's going to be a tough one for White. It doesn't look very well to opening up all those lines and stuff now. The F had opened. You might have a... Yeah, exactly. There is something interesting taking place here. They shouldn't be rushing now. Just take a little bit of time. Take a little bit of time. Could you do this? He took the rook first. Rook take. But it's got to be careful. It's got to be careful of this stuff. Maybe this. It pains me to say. No, no, no. The other one was the move. No way. Oh, no. Let me go back a little bit. I think White here is supposed to play this move in particular. You attack, you fix the pawn, you don't allow rook coming down. So I think Abara messed it up now. It made sense, that move that they played, but it's not really the best. I don't think it's the best. Takes it now, it's a problem. Checkmate in a move. Oh, come on. Yay. No. So not bishop takes e4. No. I think most importantly now is to secure that this guy doesn't move down and the rook is not going to check the king. So actually, I'm thinking about bishop e3, attacks the queen, defends f2. There is no rook coming down. You fixing that pawn so the bishop doesn't really do stuff. So bishop e3, I would have fought for Abara here. Just an idea. And then you start thinking about some other things. If you can take at some point here, but this is the queen, you got to choose carefully. Maybe after bishop e3, you could have played some queen to e2, and then you attack here twice. Maybe it would have been better. Then getting some rook yourselves. Also, the back rank is a problem for black here. Okay. Queen c2, I guess you're just going to move rook f. There is a problem with the back rank for black, so maybe there is something to use being white here. Okay. You said your friend is in the Yorkshire team, or... I'm not sure. Queen c2 already? Was it losing? Okay, I'll try to identify that stuff you said and the game they played. Where was that fella? What was that chap? Ah, this guy. Strong team they had, the Yorkshire guy. A very strong team. Let me see if that's the thing. You said move 21? Or is not this one? It's not this one, is it? It's not this one. Which one did you say, man? This one. Okay, cool. Moving now. So you guy being white. Okay. What is it? This one? Because this one had been lost by your mate. So maybe another one. Maybe another one. Which one was it? Not game number 2. Maybe he... Oh, this one. Game number 10. Yeah, game number 10. Okay, move 21 you said. Wait a sec. You said something about move number 21, right? Okay, remind me again your idea. Move 21, rook c6. What was your suggestion previously? Just remind me, what did you say you want to play? One more. Okay, rook c6. So what do you suggest again, Tranquil Dart? When you play bishop d5, you take the knight. I see. Well, you take the knight. I get it. And then bishop takes here. You don't expect the other guy to actually take... you don't expect black to take your rook. You take this guy here. And then the guy takes the rook. And then black takes. And then white takes. And is coming up on top on material. Yes. Yes. By the looks of it, yes. So rook takes b6. Rook takes b6. Now I can't take the rook because bishop takes d5 and checks the king and stuff. So after rook takes b6, bishop must take g2, but it doesn't work sadly for black here because white actually takes again. They take again on b8. So already doing very bad. So yes, rook b6 I think is one of the engine's top moves, if not the top move. Yep. Probably in the heat of the battle, you don't get to see all the accuracies and the most performant moves and stuff. But yeah, in hindsight, I think you're correct about this one. Rook takes b6. Now we can ask the engine, but I think you're right about this one. Yeah, rook b6 is actually winning stuff, and white's winning probably the top move of the engine, and you can see it on a screen. Rook takes b6 is definitely the best. Bishop d5 still not bad at all, so we can cut a bit of slack for purple size. It's okay. Bishop d5 is not a bad thing. It's fine. White's winning. White's winning here. Totally winning. Guys, that was a nice event. 66 inter-county team battle. That was a nice event. Congrats to Sussex Junior. Congrats to the winners. Very strong team they had. Very strong team. Richmond came second. Congrats to our friends as well and our students at Richmond Junior Chess Club. The third place, what's that? KJCA. What's that? What club is that? They're not Yorkshire, right? Yorkshire is fifth. Essex, Surrey, OJ's, Worcestershire, Warwickshire, Hampshire. What's this KJ? Kent. Kent, thank you. Tranquildara. Thank you very much, brother. Cheers, man. So, guys, that was the live coverage. I'm going to call it a day now. And I'm intending to coming back tomorrow evening if you guys are around. They're still playing in the round number 7. Let me see who's playing who. Okay, let me keep a close eye for this one just for a couple more minutes. And let me cover the Val gauge and all because I don't do that during the live streams. Let me cover this stuff. I hate it when people use the engine during the live games. I don't do that during the games. I mean, I just want to think for myself. So this is Gookie with the white. Carlson already drew with Naka. Wei Fabi is still battling. Wei is going low on time a little bit here. Yeah, okay. Fabi white, Wei is black. Is it me or white is doing a little bit better here? It's black's turn, by the way. Well, there is checks coming from everywhere, but this guy is hanging. The pawn on h4 is hanging. The pawn on e6 is hanging. Right? So that can't be very comfortable for black. It's a bit of a challenge. It's definitely a bit of a challenge. 3 minutes left for black here. So what are they supposed to do? So assuming there is a check here, right? I just imagine there is a check. Okay. King's going to take that pawn. King's going to capture. What else have you got in here? You got another check. King say goes h5. You're going to go back eventually. Probably going to go back. But you got to still play this one carefully. It's not done here. What's black supposed to play? Both black pawns are hanging. Which one do you defend? Or do you make a what? I mean, what? What do you do? Check. What do you do? Can you play this? But if you play this one, I guess e6 will be captured. No, check. That's exactly what I would have played. I would have played rook g1 check. King has to go out of check now. Is there a problem with this? King takes h4. I don't see any big danger here for Fabi. Hi there, Mr. Test 123. Mr. Test 123. Thanks for stopping by. Is there any big issue for white if they captured on h4? Probably he didn't want to further expose to checks and all. So he went only h5 without capturing this guy. Okay. It looks a bit uncomfortable, more uncomfortable for black rather than white. Could you perhaps capture the pawn on e6? It's a very tough one. Bishop takes e6. What's black gonna do? There's no check. I'd rather have the white pieces here than black. What do you think, Tranquil and Test 1, 2, 3, and the other 2, 3 friends remaining? Would you have whites or would you have the black pieces here? I'd have the white here. Not easy win or anything. I don't say it's an easy win, sure. But definitely better for white, I guess. Black to play, and they've got an issue. You can't move the king on the 7th rank because there is a rook blocking everything. You can't check the white king currently. But the thing you could do is just go for the h3 white pawn. That's you could do. You could do this. That's an idea. But then bishop takes e6. So you will not be able to just take that pawn. So rook g3 makes sense. You want to attack h3. I mean, what else exactly you're supposed to do anyway? Then bishop captures e6 and defends the pawn. You could go then rook e. That's an idea. And then you're going to play probably bishop g4 and the rook's going to take... No, you can't because the bishop just defends, right? No, he went differently. Oh my god. How on earth did he... I mean, now the bishop is jubilating, right? Should you go directly for a check, a little check, or would you frustrate the bishop a bit? Just see where they go. Maybe they make a blunder or something. So rook to d7 would be interesting. You attack the bishop. You do still have a check here, but the king goes. Tough one. I mean, tougher is for black and better for white. So I want to thank you guys personally very much. And I'm hoping maybe I can see you back again tomorrow. Tranquil and Mr. Test 123 and the other two, Ren and Silencer, and if I missed anyone, Sam from TikTok and Stefan from Facebook. I got a couple of friends on those platforms. So thank you for being here, guys. And I hope I'm going to